Good.
Dan talked earlier this week just about maybe changing the verbiage a little bit or sort of limiting it. I don't know if you've gone down that road at all. Is there anything that you sort of...
Yeah, we've been doing more of that over the last couple of weeks. And, I grew up in the West Coast offense, and it is a lot of verbiage, but I don't believe in a lot of verbiage. But sometimes when you have a young, inexperienced group, you're trying to tell everybody what to do, and that verbiage can get a little long. So, yeah, we're at a point now where I think our players understand concepts, where we can shorten things up and hopefully create a little more tempo.
Can you give me I don't know, what's a typical play? Is it 10 words, 5 words? How do you shorten?
You don't want it to be 10 words, but you shorten it by guys, just like I said, guys learning concepts where you don't have to tell everybody what to do, and they know what to do by one word, And so one key word, and these guys coming out of college, that's kind of how they operate anyway, to be honest with you. But they have to learn the concepts first.
Can you give us a dummy call from another team just to give us an example?
Man, I mean, I could, you could go 6-gun, double right, spider all cross, Z escape. You could just something like that. You could just maybe call that rally. And you learn it from one word: formation, play, snap, whole nine. So we're getting more into some of those.
I've heard this said a couple times by saying that whole play out to Jared or whatever helps him. You say it, he can visualize it, and he repeats it. That helps him visualize it again on the field.
Yeah, and most quarterbacks are like that, especially veteran quarterbacks. When you're giving it to them, they visualize it, and then they see it again as they tell the group. But if it can get so long that you can make it hard for them to visualize it as well. But yeah, and it's not. It's just a few concepts. It's not a lot, But we can definitely do a better job of trimming a little bit.
Dan had also told us that he may have felt that Jared was being aggressive, maybe to a fault. Was that your assessment when you watched the film this past week?
Everyone's trying to make plays, man. And but at the end of the day, we just have to do our job, But yeah, I think that's natural when you're in our position. He's trying to make a play here, and something bad may happen, but he's doing fine though.
Just to piggyback off of that, he's had some issues getting in the end zone over the past couple of weeks in the first half. Is there any discussion about maybe changing a few things so he can start out hotter?
Yeah, not turning the ball over. I mean, we could start right there. We've had 4 turnovers in the last couple of weeks in scoring territory. So, when we improve in that area, and that can start with me, the play selections I call when I get in those areas. But it also starts with our protection and our quarterback decision making. So we can all get better in that area, and we plan on doing that. But having 4 turnovers in the scoring territory, that's been tough. Not coming away with points in those situations. You know what? I believe he got some walkthrough reps, nothing team wise, and it was just good to see him back out there.
What do you need to see out of him to potentially play this week or soon?
He's hopefully today he may get in there and get some practice reps just to see how he move around and see how he use that hand.
Can you explain, because we've seen it before where guys are playing with the cast on, maybe it doesn't impact you, but offensive line, you use your hands so much too. So what's the?
They use their hands a lot. That is very true. And so putting a club on it and trying to play, guys have done it. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. And so right now we just want to see him get back out there and take a live rep before we can decide anything.
You guys have dealt with injuries at a lot of different positions, wide receiver especially. Just your confidence level in guys like Hodge and Benson that they can step in and provide you something from the receiver.
Those guys have been here for a cup of coffee, but they're going to have to play. And Hodge played more than he thought he was going to have to play last week when Cephas went out. And so he's more than ready and prepared for it this week, and we're going to count on him a lot.
You guys have been talking about Tom Kennedy for a few months now. How close is he to getting into those game day reps that are available?
He's being considered as well, no doubt.
Does he need to do anything different than what he's been doing?
He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Tom is Mr. Consistent.
How do you get TJ going a little bit more? 8 catches, especially his first 2 games. I think he's had 8 catches the last 3 games combined. Obviously, the teams are You know, when you get
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're going to double team TJ, and someone else got to make a play, and they're going to keep doing it until other people make plays. But I mean, he's been targeted a lot more than what the stats say. It's just the ball don't go his way for whatever reason. But he's been targeted. I mean, he's a big part of our game plan, and always will be. So that won't be a problem. Hopefully not anymore.
We talk a lot about the Bengals offense and Burrow and the weapons. What do you?
Whose offense?
Cincinnati's offense. What about the defense? What do they?
Man, I think they have one of the better front sevens that we've seen. I mean, they don't get a lot of flash because they're not ever flashy, but Logan, I think he's one of the best linebackers in the game. Very instinctive, can play the pass and the run, you know, and the edge rushers are really good, and they're good against the run. They're just a solid, hard-working blue-collar group, and they play really smart.
And then
And their secondary, I mean, I think they revamped their secondary. They got the two safeties they had, but they got the corners out there. I mean, they're good defense.
this is, I know you hadn't watched them of late, but were you in on any of the Jamar Chase draft stuff? Just any recollections?
Oh, he's a stud. I mean, we liked him. We had a lot of talk about Chase. He's a stud. He's a go-to guy right now.
What did you like on him in college?
It's just his size, his speed, his ball skills. I mean, if the ball was in there, it was his.